How's it going, guys? It's Fake Thriller, and today I'm here to do a little bit of predicting and then a little bit of speculating. Because every now and again, I like to come up with these theories in my head and then let the events play out and sort of see how right I was or how totally off I was. But first and foremost, we are watching a little bit of Crysis 3 single player because I got some new components in my PC installed about a week ago, and I was doing some tests. So that is what you're watching. I hope it's somewhat entertaining. And believe it or not, it's completely off topic because what I'm actually going to be talking about today is DICE and Battlefield and EA at E3. As you guys may or may not know, E3 is just around the corner, and it is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, event when it comes to video games, whether it's reveals, demos, information, so on and so forth. So E3 is coming up in just a few days, I think a week and a half or so, and DICE is confirmed to be there, and they will have some time on the stage. Obviously, they're going to be talking about Battlefield 4, and if I said Battlefield 3 earlier, it's just out of habit. I'm talking about Battlefield 4 here. But speaking of Battlefield 3, we're going to glean our information on what we're going to learn about Battlefield 4 from what we know happened at E3 2011 with Battlefield 3. So this is my prediction as to what we're going to see. Now, these are just the definites that I'm 100% positive will be talked about. First and foremost, they will discuss Frostbite 3.0. It is a new game engine, a refined game engine, and these developer conferences are all about bragging about what you are bringing to the table. So they will show some features about Frostbite 3.0, talking about destruction, player models, so on and so forth, which, I mean, it'll be interesting, but it's hard to tell how much of that applies to single player and how much applies to multiplayer. The second thing that'll be a guaranteed discussion is the upgraded battle log, whether they're going to call it battle log 2.0 or the new battle log, or if they're just going to refer to it as battle log. They're going to discuss future features, overall integration, and so on and so forth. Again, it's just sort of like a feature and a service that they've been working on, so they're going to talk about it. Back in 2011, the DICE Battlefield 3 live demo was actually a single-player mission, so I'm sure we'll see some more similar to what we saw at the Battlefield reveal over in Stockholm and in San Francisco, I think it was. So we'll see somebody playing a new mission, maybe half a mission or something like that, and we'll see a little bit of multiplayer. What they did in 2011 is they cut together a bunch of Operation Metro footage and sort of showed like buildings crumbling, the LAV, which I think has actually since been removed. For those of you who don't know, there used to be an LAV on the first part of Metro Rush out in the parkway there by the water. They used to have a vehicle help take those MCOMs like it was needed. Anyway, so we'll see. I'm thinking a little bit of that. They're gonna show off maybe whatever their baby map is, whatever map they really like, how it plays, and what they feel sums up what they're looking to show off. They'll show some pre-recorded, pre-edited with Battlefield, dun 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 dun, like that stuff, all mixed in with the fuzzies and the bass drops and the bibbity bops, and finally, I think what they will definitely confirm, which is not new news or anything like that, but just basically full platform launch, meaning PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And maybe Wii U, maybe, probably not. So those are the things that I'm willing to put money down on that we will see. I know it's not that much, but there are some other things that I'm sort of speculating on that I think everybody would like to see. The first and foremost being more multiplayer. I don't think they're going to show that much multiplayer because it's June. The game is coming out late October. You know these guys work probably... They still have a little bit of time to work on the game. So they don't want to show too much for fear of bugs and whatnot. I don't know the exact schedule of a game's development, whether they're just like fixing bugs now, or if they're still doing major core components. But I would think that they're trying to polish things now, and they're not going to show us like full 32-32 or 24-24 multiplayer. They might have it available somewhere to play as like a developer or a reporter, like press type thing. Get your hands on it, get a feel for it, but hey, don't talk too much about it because it's an alpha build, so on and so forth. So multiplayer will be there, just in a very limited aspect. Speaking of, one of the other things that I just mentioned was player counts. I'm sure everybody's curious to know how many players are going to be supported on the various different platforms. I don't think they're going to go any higher than 64-man on PC because that's just kind of silly. It gets ridiculous really fast, but it'll be interesting to see if they do anything for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, or if the PS3 and Xbox 360 actually limit the Xbox One and the PS4 overall player counts, because they don't want to make it seem like the current generation systems are getting a bastard version of the game. It's something to think about. It'll be interesting to see if they give us actual player counts, or if they throw up the big 64-man number with a giant asterisk next to it saying on PC only type thing. The next thing that I would think they would talk about, but I'm not 100% sure, is their overall DLC plan. Recently, EA has done away with the Season Pass, but that's very wordy in my opinion. Season Pass was used for things, I think, like Madden, and I'm trying to think of what else it was used for. But I think Battlefield Premium might be something different. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Battlefield Premium come back out. So maybe they could announce a Premium Edition, or some sort of, not a Premium Edition, but a Premium membership for Battlefield 4, similar to Battlefield 3. Because if you guys remember, the life of BF3 was actually, BF Premium came out at a weird time, like almost like they were trying to take advantage of this new DLC pass craze that was going on in the industry at the time. So I'm expecting maybe some announcements of DLC. Speaking of DLC, the last two things I think we're going to hear something about is the first downloadable content available in December, which is China Rising, if I have my facts straight. I'm not too sure how much they're going to talk about that, because they're still trying to sell the main game, so I don't think they want to focus too much on their first expansion pack, because that's kind of ridiculous. But I wouldn't be surprised to see it thrown around. And then finally, speaking of DLC, will we see any exclusivity deals with certain platforms? Will the PlayStation 4 get access early like it has in the past? Will they get rid of that idea because they realize they're alienating some of their fan base? Or will they do something crazy like give it to the Xbox crowd? They certainly, I'm going to make a stone cold prediction right here. They absolutely will not give it to the PC crowd, even though their player base is probably the largest on PC. I think they want the console market. They want to pull people away from Call of Duty, so they're looking to give any incentives they can to one, if not both, of the systems. So I'm interested to see what's going to come up in the press conference. And guys, I'd love to hear what you would like to see announced, besides the obvious things like I just want to see a bunch of multiplayer. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see, or what you think I should have included in this list, or things that are dumb because I might have said something that was stupid. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to covering E3 and talking about all the new news that we get. So peace out, guys.